Good morning, Bhargav. It's Monday, the 15th of May. Here's the heads up brief for today. For the Southeast Asia production, we covered 15 issues. In North Asia, we covered 5, and for Australasia and the Pacific Islands, we covered 7. In South Asia, we covered 17 issues, plus the major issues in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Paul will not be joining us as he is in Timor-Leste for the upcoming elections and meeting clients there.
Hey Uday, those are a lot of issues. Which are the major ones today?
Right. So in Thailand, regarding the elections yesterday, the Reformist Progressive Move Forward Party has secured the most seats, followed by the opposition Pheu Thai Party, which is linked to the Shinawatras. Third in place comes the Phumjat Thai Party, and only after that comes the Palang Pracharat and the United Thai Nation Party, which are the military-backed parties. The Democrats have also won 25 seats, while the remainder has gone to smaller parties with 10 seats and less. These are very interesting results because this is the first time in the last 2 decades that a Shinawatra-led party has not secured the most number of seats. So Move Forward is in quite a strong position, and it has announced that it will be forming a coalition with the Pheu Thai Party. So there's a lot of tension and political uncertainty ahead for Thailand in the coming days and weeks.
Yes, it is interesting. We'll be monitoring this issue quite closely. Thanks for that.
We'll be getting an assessment out on it today also. Moving over to Indonesia, the West Papua National Liberation Army attacked workers of a telecommunication company in Pegunungan, Bintang Regency over the weekend. This is right next to the Papua New Guinea border. They kidnapped 4 of the workers after attacking a group of them and released the workers today. 3 of them were injured with stab wounds.
That's a concerning development, especially for businesses operating in the region. This is turning out to be more of a pattern for the insurgent groups. So we'll monitor this closely there.
Yeah. And in Timor-Leste, the body of an individual killed in a suspected martial art group clash in Komodo and Dili this weekend will be taken back home today. There's a convoy that will be accompanying it. And police have also been deployed to Komoro and along with the convoy to prevent violence and potential martial arts group clashes. On Saturday, 1 person was killed and 2 people were seriously injured in Komoro in this martial arts group clash.
This is a fast evolving issue. There, please monitor this situation closely with your team.
Yeah. Lastly, for Papua New Guinea, Prime Minister James Marape announced that the country will be implementing the National Gold Bullion Policy, which requires all gold produced in the country to be sold to the Bank of Papua New Guinea for refining into bullion. This seems to be another policy that comes under his Take Back Papua New Guinea nationalist policies, which he's adopted. It doesn't bode well for long-term investments in the resource sector, similar to the changes to the oil concession law.
Thank you. That's interesting.
Right. In India, in Karnataka, the results of the elections came out over the weekend. The Indian National Congress won a comfortable majority of over 135 seats out of a 224-seat assembly. This is also the highest recorded turnout of nearly 75%. The Bharatiya Janata Party has suffered a big defeat on the state level here.
Yes, that was a staggering defeat for the incumbent BJP, which is in power in the center as well, especially after the Prime Minister himself coming down to Bangalore, campaigning for days, shutting down the entire city of Bangalore on a weekend. So the development is quite interesting because there were quite a bit of noise about democracy being threatened, and such a development poses a major question mark whether that was a pertinent question at all. Of course, we cannot really take this as a sign of a lively democracy. However, these developments do keep the hopes alive if we look at the bigger picture. Talking of the election itself, it was a fairly graceful transition with the incumbent chief minister conceding defeat and the prime minister tweeting congratulatory messages. So it is unlikely that we'll see tensions on the ground, and the margin of defeat is quite evident. So I do not think the BJP will create any further controversy.
Right. Also in India, going over to the northeast, Kuki ethnic leaders have demanded total separation from the state of Manipur and called for their own state. This comes after fresh violence over the weekend where several houses were burnt and vehicles were burnt. Several houses and vehicles were burnt. So far, at least 73 people have been killed during the violence in Manipur since the protest by tribal groups at the start of the month on the reservation status for the Meitei community.
This is a major concern, and this is turning out to be a never-ending chain of violence in the state of Manipur. The localized violence in the state is unlikely to affect the larger northeastern region at this point, but we cannot rule out the affiliations Kuki tribes have with other tribal leadership in the region, including Naga tribal leadership. So we'll have to keep a close eye on how things evolve at the ground level.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Moving over to Pakistan, Interior Minister Rana Sanaullah said that banning the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party was the only solution for the recent violence and political unrest in the country. The Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf leader Imran Khan has been given protective bail until the 17th of May, after which the government could try to arrest him again.
Well, they would be committing a blunder if they go that way and ban the party. It'll only fuel the flames. So we'll have to see how this turns out. We had predicted something similar when Imran Khan was arrested last week.
Yeah. Lastly, in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa region, Germany and France have promised more military aid for Ukraine, and there are reports that Ukraine has broken through some Russian lines in some parts of Bakhmut.
All right, thank you.
And lastly, in Turkey, incumbent President Erdogan is leading the presidential elections with nearly 50% of the total votes. The biggest opponent is at second place with 45%. And so this ensures that there will likely be a runoff vote, as Erdogan has not secured enough of a majority himself.
Yes, so it'll be an interesting race, but I can't say I was surprised with Erdogan leading the race at this point. He has a strongman image, and he's probably the only high-profile option right now. His opposition leaders aren't really big enough in terms of their image within Turkey, and they nor do they have a strongman image like Erdogan. So we'll have to watch this closely, how the runoff elections do turn out, if at all it is conducted.
Yeah. All right, that's the brief for today. Bhargav, anything else from you?
Nothing else from my end of that. Thank you.